everybody. I'm so excited. Yeah, this is my own. I wouldn't say that I have an art style, but this is my own original piece, and I wasn't particularly trying to emulate anyone else's style. I just did what I felt like doing. Um, and I did this for Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. Definitely one of my favorite holidays. Um, I just love I just love love. I'm such a romantic. And basically this is just a big heart with a bunch of little hearts inside of it. And my partner was like, your love for someone is made up of like all the small acts you do for them and with them and stuff. And I thought that was really nice because I was kind of feeling like iffy about this, but I did it in all pink originally, but and you can certainly keep it like in the pinks and reds if you prefer. But today I'm going to use these colors, some pinks still, but I have some green, some orange, and a blue. And I'm just going to go crazy. I'm using paint pens or paint markers, the Tammet dual acrylic marker. But I feel like you could do this with like a Crayola washable marker. It's, you know, um, I'm going to see if I can draw a not so lopsided heart. And I'm using my lightest color here because I want to go over, I want to be able to go over. Look at that. Just two big swoop. That's like far less lopsided than my first one. What do you guys think? That looks awesome already, right? So I think we're just gonna go around and like fill up the heart with some hearts, just like that. You don't have to draw your hearts specifically where I draw them. I actually encourage you to place them wherever you want to place them, you know. Let's see. I want to have it like they're like sprouting. That. I think we can fit a little baby heart in there. Or like another one right there. Let's see. And with this, I'm really just following my intuition. I'm just doing it in two strokes. I'm not making like super sketchy lines because, to be frank, we don't have time for that. But I mean, maybe because today's a snow day, maybe we do. I mean, I certainly don't, but you might. Let's see. All the negative space, basically, I just want to fill up with hearts within the heart, within our big heart, our big love. Oh, I really like the way this heart looks. That's a beautiful shape. And it like, because it transitions perfectly into this heart right here that we already drew. So nice. Also so nice. Okay, let's see. Sometimes don't be afraid to like rotate your paper around because it's better to go with the rotation of your wrist than to stay stiff. I actually don't know where I want this heart to sprout from. Let's do here. Yeah. All right. I mean, do you guys think we can add maybe, like, one more teeny weeny baby heart? One teeny weeny baby heart right there. Let me see if I can, yeah, a little baby heart right there. Mm, I feel like I want to add one right there. And yeah, and so I think now all the like negative space that we still have left, I'm going to fill in with the same color. And so the background will be like this light pink. And then we can get bold with all of our other fun colors. There's something weird going on with my pen. I feel like it's like a little too translucent and not opaque enough for me, but it's okay. We can just do another layer. I really like these markers because they build on top of each other. It's like really, really good. And of course the brush tip is great because you can get into all these little like corners everywhere. Yeah, we're just making our way through piece here, and I'm on this side and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to rotate my page like 180 degrees or 270, I don't know, so that I can get to the top here without like without resting my hand on the areas that I just filled in because I don't want to smear anything that I just laid down on the paper. But I'm pretty sure that if you were using like a Crayola marker, you wouldn't have to worry about that. It's just because this is a paint marker. Definitely if you're using paint, which I applaud you, like paint in a paintbrush, you should definitely not rest your hand on your freshly laid paint. All right, I think that's all of the like background area. So now I'm going to use this pink and I'm going to fill in some hearts, only some. Very slowly, almost meticulously. But we're not filling in all the hearts pink because we have two other colors that we're going to use. It's going to be pretty fun. I just want to do some circular motions so that we get like a nice dispersal of the ink. I know I definitely want this heart to be pink because then I can easily cover up like my line mistakes with this darker pink here. Just like that. It looks a lot cleaner. And I think that it would be cool if we did this heart. So again, I'm going to rotate my paper and fill this bad boy in. And I'm just doing like circular oval motions. Kind of cramping my finger a little bit, but don't worry about that. And then definitely, maybe we could do this heart over here. And then we can move on to the small hearts. And we're basically going to repeat this process for every color we use. So as I was saying before we started the session proper, my personal rule of thumb is that I only like to use like 4 colors max for an illustration. And so here we have like the pink, the blue, the orange, and the green. And I just have light green, dark green, light pink, medium, dark, just one blue and a light orange and a dark orange. Just because I find that when you limit your color palette, um, I feel like 3 colors is a little too limited for me. I mean, you can make every color with the 3 primary colors, but I like a little bit more leeway than that, right? And I find that I can get some interesting color combinations and color palettes, like with four colors. I usually like to do red, green, or pink and green, and orange and blue. Like that's like I just always gravitate towards those two complementary color schemes. Sometimes I'll do yellow and purple, but I feel like yellow and purple are really like yellow is really light and purple is really dark. So, but I still use them all the same. So we got that heart filled in. It's kind of hard to see them like in the contrast, right? I want to do this heart though. And then we'll move on to the next color. Next color is going to be orange. Here, so now we're starting to see like orange and pink look great together because they're next to each other on the color wheel. Pink is just red with white mixed into it. So it's just a tint of white, of red, really. And so red and orange are next to each other on the color wheel. Hence, they look very nice and harmonious together, all warm and fuzzy. Kind of reminds me of like the 70s, like oranges and pinks. Definitely want to do this heart here. I guess my method for deciding what color goes where is that I want to avoid my colors like touching each other. Like I don't want an orange heart next to another orange heart. Like I always try to space it so that there's visual interest everywhere you look. And then I feel like right. So now we're gonna bust out the brush tip to get those nice fine lines. Those sharp corners for our little hearts. I know that I want this heart to be orange. This orange is really such a beautiful color. I love it so much. Um, let's see. I think I'm gonna have to do this one as like my only option left. Okay, and now we're gonna do green, and you're gonna really see this pop like with the green. Look at that. Wow. This is more like a turquoise, not it's not really a true green. Turquoise is a blue green, but like the way it looks, like it just jumps out of the page, doesn't it? Um, I know for a fact that I need this heart to be green. I left it for like I knew when I drew it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the green one. Really wanted it to like jump out. Amazing, incredible. Um, definitely want there to be some like overlap with the colors a little bit. Like I want them to be directly touching. Like the hearts are just growing out of each other, sprouting from each other continuously. So the pink, orange, and green are definitely like our main cast. And then our blue is going to be like our supporting role because we still have some like this heart, and I suppose we could do one of those hearts there. Although we could leave them both green if we really wanted to. So yeah, let's make this heart green. Take our blue. I'll put it next to the green. You can see how much more blue it is. Let's start right here. It's actually a little darker than I'd like it to be, but like I wish it was brighter. It's okay, we can make it work, especially because it's only the smaller hearts, so it's not like too overpowering. We're not done, and we're only halfway through. This is my darkest pink, so I'm going to go in and just add some like a nice outline to all my hearts, all my pink hearts. And I really want my brushwork to be like super nice here. Um, the reason I'm doing this is because it'll really give it like a nice graphic quality to the piece. And especially with this pink, it'll help differentiate it from the background a bit more because it was certainly blending in. And I feel like it no longer is. Well, I can see that it no longer is, especially like it'll especially be important once we do like the smaller hearts. Definitely be important then. Nice design, Zentangly. Yeah, it is. Thank you, E. It's definitely I'm deeply inspired by Zentangles. I just went through like my box of like art that I did in high school and stuff and found some of my Zentangle projects that I did. Some of them were assigned and some of them I just did because I felt like it. Like I really just fell in love with Zentangles as an art form or as a practice. Um, I have my dark orange here. I'm gonna repeat the same thing that we just did. Ooh, that got really blurry there. This looks so good. I'm like so happy. I'm so happy about how it looks compared to my first go at it. Sometimes you need to do things multiple times to get it right. That's my orange. Now we're doing the green. Let's see. Don't want to smear nothing. Sure that I'm doing like a nice steady line. I know that a lot of our viewers might under might struggle with keeping a steady hand, and I know it can be difficult if you're someone that drinks a lot of caffeine. This is actually the one of the biggest reasons why I don't drink caffeine is so that I can have a steady hand when I draw. But like if you drink a lot of caffeine, if you're a little older, I know it can be a little difficult. If you have anxiety, what I do, I always rest my elbow on the table, even though it might be bad manners. It's a lot easier to get a steady hand when your elbow isn't dangling in the air freely. Keeping a steady breath. Look at how nice that looks. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. And then, of course, like I mentioned before, like rotating the page so that you don't have to rotate your wrist in a way that's uncomfortable. Thank you, Julie. We definitely don't want to overextend our wrist, our range of motion with our wrist. It's not something that we want to do. Let's see, how do I go about? Let's do it this way. This brush tip is so good. It's almost like I'm doing calligraphy. And then we have these blue ones. What should we do? I have a weird idea. What if we outline them with the light green? Let's see what this gives. Well, we'll definitely have to do two go arounds with the light green. But I think that looks really cute. Guys, we could stop right here if we really wanted to, but we won't. Because I don't know if you notice, if I shift my original piece, you can see that I put some colored pencil on top of here, and that's because you can see the streaks of my marker, and me personally, I'm not a fan. If it doesn't bother you, then you could leave it as is, but at least I want to get into like the backgrounds. The light pink is super streaky. Um, so I'm gonna take a light pink colored pencil and I am going to fill it in. Circular motions always when doing colored pencil, um, because it provides an even distribution of the pigment onto the paper. And it hides the direction of your pencil movements. Let's see if we can zoom in real close here. You can see me, I'm like really going with like tiny little baby circular motions, little itty bitty baby circular motions. I don't have a turquoise colored pencil, which is unfortunate because I really want to like fix a streak. I have like a really dark streak right there. I'm trying to see if I have one. I have a nice orange. It's like blue. No, like I don't have a maybe, but it looks more like the dark green. I would have to bust out my Prismacolors, but I don't like to use expensive materials for this class, so I won't. I'll refrain. Maybe we'll just do the color pencil in the background to give it a different, to put it on a different level than the hearts in the foreground. Itty bitty circular motions. Another technique you can do though is that you can just color along the curve of your shape that you're filling in. Like that, like I'm just following that curve there. But I find it to be even easier, especially when you're blending colors. Like we're trying to blend this in with the marker beneath it. And especially especially when you're blending in with other colored pencil that you placed underneath. Yeah, I'm gonna do this right here. Now here's the question. Do we feel like, oh, thank you, Liz. Do we feel like we should, so we're definitely going to do like this ribbed motion around the hearts, but as you can see, I outlined every heart with the Sharpie pen. Do we feel like we should do that? I guess we should. Like, I definitely want to do these lines everywhere, but like, I feel like we kind of already outlined our hearts with the darker color. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Because I kind of like how nice and soft this looks. I wish I had like a, ooh, like if I had a blue Sharpie pen and I did that, oh, that would look so good. That would really bring this whole thing together. But I don't have a blue Sharpie pen. I only have a black one. Because then that would tie in like with our blue hearts here, like our three dark blue hearts. Like right here, I'm coloring around the curve of the heart just because I want to make sure that I'm like following its shape. And then when I fill it in, I use circular motions. Sometimes they're short circular motions, sometimes they're long circular motions. Um, but they're always circular, so regardless. Yeah, no, the blue outline would go crazy. I already know we're gonna do this section here. Now we did the right side, it's time to do the left side. Again, I'm always rotating the paper around when I do work because I want to keep in line with my wrist rotation. Otherwise, I would have to like get up and change my position around the table, and my desk is mounted against the wall, so that's not going to happen. This is such a subtle difference. Like, I don't even know if it's coming up on camera, but it's making a difference to me. Like, I can't move on if I don't do this for sure. We got like 10 minutes left. Am I going to decide what we're going to do with these lines? Yes. I'm bummed that I don't have a blue Sharpie, but it's okay. I'll be alright. Maybe if you do, you can do it. If you did the same color scheme that I did. This would have been fun to do, like if you did like another fun color scheme for this could have been pink, blue, and purple. That would have been really nice. As well, or you could do pink, orange, pink, and purple. That's a nice analogous color scheme. Definitely need to like color in these blue hearts though, because they're so streaky. Like, I don't know what's up with that. A nice circular motion. This heart looks really good. I don't even think I need to like color it in, but just for consistency's sake, you know. All right. So there's something to be said about outlining this. You know, once you get the permanent marker, once you bust out the permanent marker, things get a little serious. So let's be very intentional with what we're doing here because definitely do the line in like parts. Just had to check. Make sure that you're not like transferring through the paper onto your surface. I'm using watercolor paper, so I don't have to worry about that fully, but you know, if you're using a thinner paper, definitely want to, oh shoot. It's low key hard to see under. Look at that. Wow. That. It's like so nice and bold. We're bold with our love. We shoot our shot to our crush. Ask them to be our Valentine tomorrow. Bring them a little cookie or something from the bakery. Keep like messing up my line. There we go. And, you know, every time I mess it up, I gotta make it a little bit thicker to like fix it, so to speak. And then I guess like you would definitely do this. I'll just show you one little area. I'll just show you one little area so that you guys can keep going because we have to finish up. But so I outlined these two hearts here with my Sharpie pen. And basically, what you want to do is you want to pick a curve and stick to it. So I'm going to pick this curve along this orange heart, and I'm just going to repeat it. Just like that. And you want to do that in all of the negative space that we left. So like, so we just did that. So let's repeat it. And you literally want to do that like everywhere. You just pick a curve and you repeat it like you want to radiate it out from your original curve. Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm so glad you came. Now let's do this up here. We got a few more minutes left. Like, what curve should we do? We have two curves here. Let's be bold and do both. This vaguely reminds me of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Powerpuff Girls, but like the intro or I guess the outro screen of them like on the radiating heart background, it kind of reminds me of that very loosely. So, um, like this whole piece actually, which makes sense because it's my original piece and I'm very inspired by the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, and so eventually you'll have like, I'd say like 20 more minutes of doing that and you should be done with your piece for real. This was so much fun. This was definitely a blast for me. I hope it was for you guys too.